Okay, this is part two. I see what happened in part one. I thought I put it on pause when I got up to go get that lace, but I didn't put it on pause. I just thought I did. And then so then you all were able to see my big fat mess. But it's my mess and I don't mind my mess, so I hope you all don't mind my mess either. But what I did while I thought I was filming, so see when I come back with the lace, then I thought I turned I unpaused it, I thought. But you know, I shouldn't be allowed to think sometimes. Okay. So now what I have done, I'll show you what I did. What I did was that piece of lace I found, I decided to put across the top. So this is going to be across the top of my journal sleeping bag. And then I took, you can see the stitching inside where I went across and up and down a little bit with the stitching to kind of just quilt it together. And so now this part will flip up like this. So then the actual sleeping bag, journal sleeping bag, is going to be about this size right here. Okay, and I think this is just beautiful. Okay, so what I need then, because this pocket, this won't be deep enough for the pocket. So then I'm going to take, I got this piece of fabric, which it's very colorful, and it doesn't match. You know, I'm just into nothing matching anymore. I just don't care about that matching stuff. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take this piece of fabric with these beautiful elephants on it. Aren't them beautiful elephants? And I'm going to just, I want it to be, see how I pull that thread off of there? That's going in my jar. There we go. Okay, now, so what I'm going to do with this is I am going to just turn it. I'm just going to stitch now. I'm going to go back to a straight stitch right here, okay, and I'm going to just stitch this and I'm just going to close this up so it's going to be a double piece of fabric on each side. Okay, and then we'll turn that fabric, pull that piece of string off, put it in the jar, and get this stitched up here, and then I'm going to turn it, and then I'll show you what, see, then so this is going to be like a finished piece, you know, this piece. It's not going to be any raw edge on it. And so this is a little bit different than my normal something or other. Because I like raw edges. But this pocket is going to be kind of unraw. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it. Oh, where'd my big old knitting needle go? Okay. My daughter probably threw it in the garbage. Okay, I'm going to use that paintbrush handle instead. So now I'll go, I'm going to turn that, cut that corner off there and there. And I'm going to just kind of get this turning. So I'll turn it right side out. Right now it's inside, right, wrong side in, outside in. So I need to put inside out. Okay. So we'll get that turned. Yeah, all that talking I did and everything, and I didn't know I had the thing on pause. But who knows what I was saying? It was probably a bunch of who knows what on there. But probably wasn't important at all. So I will get this Okay. I'll get this. Oh, I didn't turn my iron on. I need to get me some heat on my iron here real quick. I'm going to put my berry bowl down here on the floor. God, I make such a mess. I make such a mess. I'm just a mess maker extraordinaire. But you know, it might bother other people, but it doesn't bother me, so I'm okay. Okay, now, oops, I gotta go get this up here. And, oops, let me get this fixed. Hook that up there. Okay, now, there. All my corners are fixed. And so now, I'll just press this a little bit here. Okay. And this is going to be on the inside. This is going to be the inside pockets. Okay, now. So now, let's see what we're doing. Oh, here it is. So now here is the outside front, and this is going to go on the inside to make this pocket, but it's going to be, okay, I'm going to stitch it on right here. I'm going to stitch that on, yes, right here. I'm going to stitch it on along that bottom edge. That's what I'm doing. I think I will switch this to my serpentine stitch. Hope that's what it's called. If it's not, I'm embarrassed. Okay. And there we go. And I'm just going to attaching that piece along the bottom. See, when I use a special stitch, then if I get my stitch line crooked, it's not noticeable. If I just use the straight stitch and the stitch line was crooked, it would look crooked. But if I use a specialty stitch, then it doesn't look crooked because it's supposed to be crooked. That's in my opinion, my humble opinion. And so we're just getting that stitched. A while ago, a neighbor lady came over to let us know that another neighbor lady, and she was young too, passed away this morning due to the COVID. That was sad to hear. It was not a neighbor lady that I knew well, but even still, oh, it's just so sad. It is sad to, it's amazing. It's just sad. Okay, now let me see. Oh, got this little tiny back stitch on there. And here we go. Okay, so then I have that stitched onto here. So now I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to turn it up onto the inside. See, so I'm folding it sort of where I got a couple inches of that placemat part folded up, and then I have this pocket is right there. Let me check. I need to check with my book on my phone. I need to plug in. Where's the book? Where's my book? Where's my book? Okay, I'll just get this one here out of here. Okay, let me get this one here out of here because they're all the same size. And yes, that's going to be a good size for that book. right there. My sleeping bag. Okay, so I'm going to, then now I'm going to put that back on a straight stitch. Okay, so now I got a straight stitch, and I'm just going to stitch down here with a straight stitch. And then that makes the pocket. But see, I already have it since I doubled this fabric, the pocket fabric. It it makes a nice weight pocket, you know, so it's not just any flimsy fabric. Okay, so then I will now stitch up on this side. And oh my goodness, it is the end of the world, because now this side is a little bit not going to be perfect. Guess what? That's fine. This is handmade. Handmade things are not perfect. Well, some people are perfect. My handmade things are not perfect. So they're just made to be beautiful. And it's mine. It's mine anyway, so who would complain? Okay, now I'm going to, this is the side where it needs a pen holder. So I'm just going to go down now with a straight stitch down there to hold my pencil or pen. My straight line isn't very straight, but then I can't even walk in a straight line anymore. And so it kind of matches my style. And Papa had his appointment with the doctor today, and he says, well, what we're going to do is send you off to an orthopedic doctor and get the plans going for the knee replacement. So this is hard. He's going to have to go get a new knee. He did not really want to do that because, but he can't live in this pain. There's no way he can live in this horrible pain. And so, yeah. Okay, so now I want to get my middle kind of marked here, which is right there. Okay, so now, see how I do things very exactly? That's the middle. And this is the middle. Okay. Because I want that stitch down here to sort out that, what goes where here. Okay, so right there in this elephant. Okay, right there. And so I'm doing that one on a straight stitch too. Back stitch it because there'll be tension on that seam. And back stitch it. Pull the needle up. And then this is basically finished. But love. Okay, so this is basically complete. But Sometimes you don't want it to be complete because it's art. Because it is art. You might want more. Now the book is going to go here, the embellishments will go here, and the pen will go here. So this is basically finished, but I have got all of these beautiful crocheted flowers and things that have been sent to me. I have made a few of them, but very few. Most of all of these have been sent to me. And so what I want to do is I want to put something, oh, that's not supposed to be in there. Okay. That one's supposed to be in there. I'll put that in on this pocket though. There. Now I have, look at these flowers. Look at that flower right there. Now what if I put that flower, look, here's a little blue bow. I have so many beautiful, beautiful things. And then, it's a little too big. Oh, such beautiful things. Look at this. I've even got an edging that's crocheted out of yarn. Wouldn't that be pretty? Like on an edge. I think I'm going to use that on a top on one of these. Not this one, but on one of these. Okay, and that's an edge. Cordula, did you send these to me? I think she did. I believe she did. I guess I should remember. But, ooh, look at that right there. Look at this right here. Oh my gosh, I like this. I like this, but what I want to do is find, okay, this is a little bit bigger. Let me look at this, a butterfly. See, sometimes, oh my word, and now I'm really being persnickety here. I'm being a little bit persnickety. Oh my word. Look at this purple sparkle. And then this. Oh, I think that's what I'm going to want. No. Look at that. Look at this. That's like a pom-pom that could go on top of a hat. Let me save that out because I think that's going on a hat. And, okay, let's see. And moving right along. This is fun. This is so much fun. Okay. This is hard decisions to make when you have nothing but a gang of beauty. A gang of beauty. Okay. Oh. Oh, I'm making this harder. Okay, let's see. I'm just flabbergasted here. Flabbergasted as to what to put where. Okay, I think I've got it. We're going to have 2 flowers on here. So, oh gosh, I haven't had this box open in so long that I have forgotten everything that's in it. And that is bad. That is very bad. Okay, now I need my, see, that's going to go on a hat. And then I'm going to take this, get my plastic needle, put this thread. When Cordula makes flowers and sends them to me, she leaves the strings on so that I can attach them. I should put this one on first. Okay. I'm going to pull this through here to pull that tight. And then I'm going to tie that so I know that's going to be secure. Tie this. Get these little pieces secure. And okay, and then I'm going to take this one, this center one, and I'll put that through. And then we're going to get that tied so the whole thing is secured together. Okay, now I'll cut these strings off because I don't need those threads. I saved these, put them in my thread jar. Okay, now look at that. Now I'm going to put this two together, and so I'll put these threads through this needle, and wait a minute, I have got to check on a message here. Oh, I don't know if I can check on the message without losing my, where did that go? Uh-oh. I think, okay, I hope you all can still hear me. I don't see my vision on the television. Okay, now I'm not seeing. Okay, I guess I don't know how to do this. Oh, here it is, over here. Okay, listen up. Just a minute, you guys. Okay. Okay, I just got a message for any of you that know Lori, who is the Lala Gamma Lori Way, or some for her and her husband both have the COVID. Okay. And Tori, her daughter, and my other daughter, son-in-law, and son all have it too. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the family has the COVID. So if you know Lala Lamacorn, Lala aka Lamacorn, wow, make sure that you have them in your prayers. Oh my goodness, that's always so hard to hear. I know some people are getting it and getting over it very quickly and easily. Other people get it and are more serious, have more serious effects from it. And so let's pray for Lala Gamma. And oh, that is just so sad to hear. Oh my goodness. So we're going to definitely keep them in our prayers. Um, okay, now I'm just getting this stitched together. So these two flowers become one. And see, when you start decorating, there is no end to what you can decorate. I mean, putting on little gems, putting on little flowers, you can add little charms, so many things you can add to so many things you can add to make it so much your own. And oh dear Lord, watch over Lala and her family. Okay, now I'm going to put, so if I put the big one right here, and then the smaller one up here, and then if I go with some green yarn or something and make like a stem to go down here. Oh, you know what I'll probably do is take a stem and cross it over. And right there where it's crossed over, I won't do that all here because it takes time. But then I had these bows. Look at this little bow. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Oh, and here's a little flower. Okay, so if I get green yarn and just do like a running stitch down here with the green, we'll make stems for the flowers. And then right where the stems cross over, I'll put this bow. And then this little flower on the bow, I believe, just to give the bow a little bit more of a little bit more charm. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I think that's what I'll do to finish. And I think I will put a magnet on this one as well for a closure, but instead of putting one side here and one side here, I think I'm going to make like a flap here with the magnet in the end of it. And I showed the magnets that I use earlier. Let's see. And then the magnets, they magnetize themselves into another realm because I don't see them. But anyway, they were in like a couple videos ago. I showed these little magnets that I bought, and they're name tag magnets. And so they're very good magnets. But anyway, this is what I'm going to do, and I'll just show you right there. And I'm going to show you, I'm not going to actually stitch them on. I'm going to stitch them on off camera so that I don't keep you up all night. And then this is my journal sleeping bag. And like I say, the it opens up. The journal goes in here. The embellishments for the journal go in here. And the pen goes down in here in this little thing for the pen. Probably won't be this one because it's got that big old puffy on it. But see how a pen or a pencil will fit right in there beautifully. Embellishment stickers and whatnot will go here. The journal goes in here. And I can go like that. But anyhow, yeah, that's how that works. And so, and this is going to be like this. And then I'm going to get the green, or maybe I'll stitch on some rickrack. I'm not sure how I'll do that. And so I've got things to do to keep me busy and out of trouble. And but that's just what I wanted to show you here, is how I did that. And so, and I'm sure if you come up with something like this, like I used a placemat. You don't have to use a placemat. You can make your own. Just have a piece of fabric. You can do however you want, but I'm using the placemats because I have them, and I can get them at the thrift shop when I run out. So anyhow, that is my story, and I'm sticking to, oh, I'm going to put a button on here. A button will go on there. Okay, see how things just pop in your head. And so I'm going to go ahead now, and what I read earlier, well, I don't know what I read earlier, so I'm going to read something though. Okay, let's see. Here, let's read this one. Okay. Update on my nose. I go get these stitches out tomorrow. It doesn't hurt as bad anymore. I can actually touch it, which I don't need to touch it. It's awful red. But I keep antibiotic ointment on there, so it shouldn't be infected. It's just red. Oh, and then I showed you all on my other time when I was on my shirt. This shirt, it says blessed to be called Mina. That's what my grands call me. They call me Mina. And this picture here, this picture on this shirt this is me, and this is Aria, one of my granddaughters. Aria. She's one of my granddaughters. She's 5. And but my daughter-in-law had this picture, and she made the t-shirt had the t-shirt made with that picture, and that's my t-shirt. I got it at Christmas last year. Then that was before Kaya, the new granddaughter, was born, so that was the only granddaughter. So I just wanted to show you that, so that you're updated on my shirt. So anyhow, I'm going to read this, and oh, here. No one expects you to have it all figured out. You don't have to have all the answers or always know the right thing to say. You can climb the highest mountain if you want, or quietly imagine that you might someday. You can take chances or take safety nets, make miracles or make mistakes. You don't have to be composed at all hours to be strong. You don't have to be bold or certain to be brave. And that was written by Ashley Rice. And that one is very true, because you do not have to have it all figured out. You do not have to. Okay, now let me look in my, this is already one of my, sleeping bags. And in this one, I keep my self-love journal in here. And so earlier I pulled the card, and the card that I pulled earlier said, that's when I thought I was taping, but I wasn't. It said, which parts of yourself do you often give to others before they've earned them? And how can you better protect those parts? And that was pulling a card from the self-love deck, and that's the one that I pulled. So I wrote that down there. And when I read that, which parts of yourself do you often give to others before they've earned them? And so when you think about something like that, you know, there's some things you keep to yourself, but you share them with somebody who you know totally, they don't have to totally understand, but they're a listener. They're a total listener. And so sometimes you might share something very personal with something, and you really don't know them all that well. And all of a sudden you find that they shared this information with, you know, over the gossip fence or something, and then your heart is broken because you thought, oh my gosh, I thought I could trust that person. And so it says, which parts of yourself do you often give to others before they've earned them, and how can you better protect those parts? And so that's what the answer to this will be. I will answer this honestly about myself, is how I will protect those parts of me. And so I wrote that in there, and then I still have that then to answer. And so, but see how I mean, my journal is here, because like I say, I like my journal, I like to write in a journal. Although I love my junk journals, and I do write in them a little bit, but usually in my junk journals, what I will write is like small quotes or words and that kind of thing, and that's what I put in my junk journals or the journals that are filled with so much stuff. These type of journals is what I still use, old school, to do my journaling in. But because I like decorating, I can still decorate and I can still make a decorative cover on the front. And so this one is going to be left like this. I'm not going to add any more to that because I just love this. I just love this one. And then this one here, I finished this one up yesterday. And so, oh, and this is the one I put a magnet closure on this one. And that's a good magnet closure. I put a tassel on that one. And then this one here that I'm working on now. So this is giving me 3 journal sleeping bags. So when my journal is sleeping, I'm not writing in it. It's got a nice place to stay safe. So I'm going to put a magnet closure on this one still. And I'm going to stitch these flowers on, and I'm going to put some stems. And then I may put a word on here. In fact, each one of these might get a word, because I love my words, or a little quote or something. And so they might all get a word. But other than that, they are finished. And so, well, they are. I don't think anything's ever finished because I got to put my cards back in. Now, can't miss that. That goes in this one. Put them cards back in there. That's part of this journal. Sometimes I need journal prompts, so I'll put those over there. Okay, and now with that, this time I really did finish this part 2, and I asked God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, and bring you back safely, soundly, happily, and healthily to the next video. I ask God to watch over you, and thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for coming, and please come again, because you're always welcome in my house, in my front room, in this room that's a big fat mess, but hey, it's a mess. What can you say? Okay, God bless and keep all of you. Amen.